Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim, and welcome to another Saturday live stream. I am so goddamn excited tonight because we are about to solve a murder. So I found this game, Contradiction, on Steam the other week, and I've been waiting for it to come out for quite some time because it is a full motion video murder mystery solving game. And you know what? I happen to like full motion video games. They were a thing that kind of have gone by the wayside recently, and I don't really care for that too much. So we're gonna fix that. The Tex Murphy games were actually ones that I really enjoyed recently. Actually, there we go. I was like, I knew something was missing, the sound from the game. Incidentally, we're going to watch the little prologue here, so that way we can get a good audio level. And I want you guys to let me know if the game by chance is too loud, too soft, something like that. I think I might have gotten it fixed right, but I'm going to count on you guys to make sure that the audio mix is correct. So anyway, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Alright, watch the prologue.
My name is Jenks,
That's
Detective
us.
Inspector Frederick
Inspector
Jenks,
Jenks.
and I've been assigned to a last-minute investigation into the death of Kate Vine, a PhD
most
student
foul.
found drowned at midnight last Friday in a lake in the woods on the outskirts of the tiny village of Edenton. I have until first thing tomorrow morning to decide whether her death was a simple accident or whether this was murder. Kate Vine appeared to the world to be a bright, confident, fun-loving PhD student with
does look
everything
very
to live
bright,
for.
fun-loving, doesn't
However,
she?
a
Although
history
that
of depression
toxicology
and
report is
alcoholism
insane.
revealed in her
3
medical
times
records
the legal limit of drink and
suggests that
drive,
in reality,
and also she had
become adept
morphine
at
in her
hiding
system.
behind a mask. A lab report indicating a high level of alcohol in her blood, along with the late hour of her death and a lack of witnesses, makes a strong case that this was suicide. But the verdict overlooked some curious details. Why was her driving license found on the opposite side of the lake in which she drowned? Also, there were traces of morphine in
Also,
Kate's
it has
system.
a piece of
Where did she get
tape
it?
on it.
Kate was known to be a free spirit with a
Okay.
nihilistic
So
love of
it looks
danger,
like-
which may in part have something to do with a business course called Atlas, which Kate had joined and which she had been attending.
Let me turn
on the
that
night
down
of her
just a little
death.
bit. Is that a
Based
little
in
better?
a large stately
That
home on
should
the
be.
outskirts of the village. The exclusive Atlas is run by father and son team Paul
And
and
yes,
Ryan
there are
Rand.
subtitles available.
Both
I
were
will see about
interviewed
turning them
following
on in
Kate's
just a
death,
moment.
but neither claimed to have seen Kate after the meeting, and both were understandably eager to distance themselves and Atlas from the tragedy. This isn't the first time that Atlas has been investigated.
So it seems we
Atlas
do have one of
and their
these
questionable
weird
methods,
culty
which
self-help
many
groups
have
going
suggested
on.
border
Month
on
4 is
mind
about burning
control.
your past, renew,
Ryan
taking
is
control
married
of
to
your life
Rebecca,
with new
landlady
confidence.
of Edenton's village pub, the George and Dragon.
Okay,
As
so here's
yet,
the part where we
she
can
hasn't been
get
interviewed,
introduced to some
though
of the
it's
suspects.
likely Kate visited the pub on more than one occasion. One of Kate's friends was
the
Emma
George and
Bowman,
Dragon
who lives
pub.
at Eden
Okay.
Lodge on the road leading out of Edenton village. Emma was also doing a PhD at the same university, but didn't attend Atlas. Interviewed after Kate's death, Emma seemed shocked and upset, insisting
lives
she
in the
hadn't
Eden
seen Kate that
Lodge.
night. However, it turned out her boyfriend had. Simon Thompson met Emma at university. After completing his
does
degree around
attend
18 months
Atlas, I
ago,
know.
he went to work at a shop in the neighboring village. He started at the Atlas course a few months ago. Simon insisted that he didn't see Kate after the meeting, but the sergeant interviewing him noted he seemed oddly unmoved by her death, which makes him the first person I want to see tonight. It's time for some answers.
Ooh. Big words from Inspector Jenks. I think it's about time for us to start this bad boy up. Let's see. What can I do about captions? That should have turned on captions. We'll see once we actually get into the game. Try turning it down just a touch more. The unfortunate part is inside of the game, I can only turn down the ambient volume, not really the voice volume. But anyway, let's see. I guess we just start the game now. I was like, is this actually the start? It says resume, but I don't know. I haven't started a game yet. Okay, so here we are at the Village Center, Friday at 9 p.m. A brings up our menu here. Let's check the other controls just for shits and giggles. Kate Vine drowned in a lake in the woods just beyond Edenton Village last Friday night. The game starts 1 week later on Friday at 5 p.m. We are to guide Jenks around the village in 2 ways. You can follow the directions arrows adjacent to the map, or you can press the map button and choose a new location. I need to find out what the map button is. When you're waiting at a location, you can call up your inventory and scroll left and right to see your collected items, including physical objects and information Jenks has collected. If you think you can use an item, try it by pressing select. You can exit the inventory by pressing up or down. And if you see the magnifying glass, it means Jenks has seen something interesting. Press the investigate button to see what Jenks, to have Jenks find out what it is. If you can, he'll collect the item and it'll be added to your inventory. At some locations, you'll find one of the villagers you can interview. After Jenks introduces himself, you'll get the opportunity to ask them about any item in your inventory. Simply select the item you want Jenks to ask about. When they reply, the bar beneath the inventory shows a summary of their reply. You'll see this every time you select that item. Okay, so once we start to get information, this is actually how we start to pick things apart. You start looking for contradictions, and inside of the dialogue screen, you'll actually be able to pick out the 2 contradictions and place them in the contradiction box on the right. See those 2 pairings of words here? That's the contradiction box. You'll be able to pair the 2 replies and watch them turn green as and Jenks interrogates the subject. So here, one of the contradictions about this freedom necklace is that Emma doesn't think Kate has lost her driver's license. Emma said that the necklace is called a freedom necklace. I don't know how those 2 are related. Maybe it's just an example. But anyway, this will lead to new information and often a new chapter, progressing the game at an hour at a time until we reach midnight. This will lead to new information and often a new chapter, progressing the game an hour at a time until you reach midnight. New chapters introduce new scenes and often open up new locations to explore, things to find, and suspects to meet. If you get stuck, first make sure you've asked everyone about all the items in your inventory. Then make a visit to the call box in West Lane. Okay, so if I ever get stuck, we're going to go to that police box, and we're going to be able to ask a question. Unfortunately, it's just a regular police box, not just a special one. You know, what are you going to do? You can also get tips from the main menu as you go through the game. These will advise you on what to do next and when to call the chief. If you're really stuck, try a cheat. This will give you a big clue, but it will be added to your cheat count, so try not to use many. Okay, then. In that case, let's resume the game. Alright. So my inventory is pressing enter, then you hit S to use an item. It looks like we have just Kate Vine herself that we can start asking people about, as well as the license with the piece of tape on it. It is noted with a piece of tape attached. We'll have those 2 items to start out investigating. So, where should we go first? I think it said we wanted to go see the boyfriend Simon, so we need to go up to the Eden Lodge first, which I believe should be here. No, back to the junction. Did it redo us? Yes, okay. East Lane is what we want. Eden Lodge, bingo. Ooh. Oh, I saw us just walking up. We have our investigate icon here. Inspector Jenks found a bike.
Very trusting, leaving a bike unlocked.
Oh, an unlocked bike. Interesting.
Like, homebrew equipment.
And a screwdriver?
This might come in handy.
Ice pick? Screwdriver? Hopefully it's a screwdriver, not an ice pick. And okay then. We got a new item in the inventory. It was in fact a screwdriver. And an unlocked bicycle and a box of bottles. Okay. It does look like homebrew equipment. We'll see what happens. Let's find Simon. Hello?
Is it Simon? Yeah. Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm investigating an incident in the village. Could I come in and ask you a few questions, please?
Don't worry, it won't take very long.
Thank you.
Oh, he does the quick check around outside. He's expecting somebody else.
We can just go through here if you want. Emma's working in the front room.
Is she now? Hi, Emma. Pleasure to meet you, dear.
Jenks.
Jenks. Thank you kindly.
There was a death in the village. Kate Vine, I believe you both knew her.
Yeah. Do you need to speak to both of us?
In a minute,
I'll just
dear.
speak to Simon first,
One at a
if that's
time.
Okay.
Just come
You know, Random, I'm not quite sure, to be completely honest with you.
Is it okay in here?
Oh, this will be
Yeah,
fine.
sure. Don't
Do you
worry.
want anything?
I'm just here to peg down a murderer.
No, won't be long.
Okay.
If you want some dried sunflowers in the background. No, you may not call him Detective Jenksies, although I do really appreciate the reference. Okay, I guess we'll start with the basics. What do you know about Kate Vine?
When was the last time you saw Kate Vine?
And this is what I'm talking about. Basically,
Friday's
now
meeting,
the game becomes a
Did you
game,
see her
and
afterwards?
we're basically playing a
no,
movie at
Kate.
this point.
That would be when we started Atlas.
Ah, there's the first
3 months
mention of
ago?
the company,
Did you
right in the first
socialise
conversation.
outside Atlas?
No.
How would you describe her? What sort of person was she?
Well, she's talented. She was full of life, you know?
Ah, what an
Sharp,
apropos
quite sharp.
choice of
Would
words.
you say she had any emotional problems?
Her mood could change.
And then there was the
And-
drinking
Well,
problem.
there was the drinking problem.
Okay.
When did you become aware of that?
Well, she would come drunk to meetings sometimes.
Is that right?
She would reek of the stuff. I mean, everyone knew, but nobody really said anything.
Of course.
So-
You're British. Why on earth would you
Tell
point
me
out
about
someone else
Atlas.
doing a bad thing?
It was just a business management training program for postgrads.
And you started this after you left college.
Yeah.
And it's on every Friday?
Yeah, well, my group
I love
isn't doing it
Detective
this
Jenks'
Friday,
face.
but, one of the groups is.
Okay.
Also, yes, I do believe that is a Shiba cookie jar in the background. Good catch. That'll become very important to the murder later, I'm sure. All right. Do you know anything about Kate Vine's
Did
driver's
you know
license?
whether Kate had lost this or not?
Also, where do I get some of that multicolored tape? Because it's really cute and I absolutely must have
No,
some.
I don't think so. Never seen it before.
He does really look like an old blonde Matt Smith. You're right. He does look familiar. It's kind of like if Billy Idol and Matt Smith had a very, very blonde
Who's the bike
kid.
outside?
Oh, that's my cousin's. He lent me it. I need to buy a new lock for it, though.
Yeah, you do.
Bike at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. There's no bus service to speak of around here, so it's really the only way to get around.
All right. So now we know that the bike is the only way Simon really gets around. So if we ever see any bike tracks, it goes right back to Simon. Screwdriver isn't worth asking Simon about. But what about that box of bottles
I
outside?
noticed
Who's got
a
the
lot
drink
of
problem?
bottles outside. Are they yours?
Yeah, I'm at homebrew.
For yourself?
Well, no, I give it out to my friends and stuff. I tried selling it at first, but I didn't have any takers.
Of course not,
except
it's
for
probably
James
terrible.
over at Farmhouse. I used to trade it to him for.
Simon
herbs and
says
stuff.
he didn't do it, but Simon is clearly lying.
No, not really.
Okay. Simon explained that he makes homebrew and tries selling it only to James, but not very often. So we've already asked him about that. We don't need to ask him about that. Da, 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 da. Okay, Simon. I think we've seen all we need to see for now. I will interview
Thank you.
Emma, I
Probably
believe.
be back later. Don't worry, it's only a few questions.
Yeah.
Oh, you look a little strung out, my dear. What do you know about Kate Vine?
When was the last time you saw Kate Vine?
It was last Thursday in the college library.
I actually have no idea, Jackie.
I saw her and we chatted for a bit.
It does not say in the Steam
She's her
description.
usual self.
What was her usual self?
Oh, just Kate being Kate. You know, a bit wild.
Why?
A bit wild. Dude,
What
tell
way
us a little bit
wild?
more about that.
Oh, she just used to question everything, you know.
Jinx
Have
is suddenly
arguments with
very
lecturers, things like
interested.
What else?
that. Kate had a drink problem.
Uh-huh, we've heard about that.
How
Tell me a little bit
noticeable
more about
was
that.
Well, it wasn't at first, but as the year went on, she'd be drunk in the afternoon. But I think she cut down, you know, towards the end of college and when she started her PhD.
You think? Or you know? Kate appeared her usual self. Kate was argumentative. Kate had a drink problem. She didn't see Kate very often. But what about the driver's license?
Did you know whether Kate had lost this or not?
Also,
I
the
don't
same
know,
question
but
about the fancy tape because I
don't
really
think so.
want
Okay.
it. Okay. What about the bicycle outside?
Whose
You know
is
it's
the bike
Simon's.
outside?
Oh, it's Simon's cousin's. He uses it to get to work.
You know
Right.
the lock's broken.
Oh, I know, I keep telling him to fix it.
Okay, same basic information. Not worth asking about the screwdriver. What about the box of
What's the
bottles?
stack
Do you have
of bottles
anything to say
outside?
about the homebrew
Oh, that's
setup?
all Simon's stuff. You better ask him. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Plausible deniability here. What about
Have
Simon's
you ever
homebrew
tried Simon's
system?
homebrew?
Me? No. I don't like beer. I only drink wine. I can't stand spirits either.
Doesn't like beer, only drinks wine, hates liquor. Noted. Okay, I think we've seen all we need to see
That's all
here.
for the moment. Thank you.
Thank you kindly. I will be back to see you two.
Best to knock on the
later.
window for Emma. Simon always answers the front door.
Noted. Okay, so if we need to talk to Emma specifically, we'll knock on the window. Door for Simon. Let's leave here. So let's see. How do I pull up my map? Map on D. Okay, you got it. Go to resume game. D. Can I take a look around the map? Yes, I can. So do we go to Rebecca's Pub? We can go to visit the Rand brothers, the owners of Atlas. We could go over to Abbey Farm or the phone box, the post office. This game, incidentally, is $10 on Steam. Or we can go investigate where the body was found. Actually, I really want to go investigate where the body was found, so let's do that. Hey, I have made progress, thank you. I had 2 items to talk to people about when I came here, and now I have 5. 6. So I think I'm doing very well, thank you. Let's go left into the woods, towards the body site, go down to the jetty. Oh, we have an investigate symbol.
Looks like a piece of jewelry there, stuck between the boards.
Piece of jewelry that we can't...
truly
Oh my
wedged in.
god, we have a screwdriver. Use the item. Ha! Woo! Yeah! Who's not making progress now, sucker?
Interesting. I thought for
I got
forensics
myself
had
a
checked the
bird
area.
necklace.
Obviously not very
What?
well.
What are we gonna do with a raven necklace? I don't know, but I got it now. The hell is this thing? A broken pendant was retrieved near the lake in the woods. Found near where the body was found. So I wonder... Let's go deeper into the woods. See what we can see. Let's go into the clearing here. Nothing to investigate. Did I see something about towards Atlas? Ooh. What do you say we enter the Atlas grounds? On the Rosenbaum estate. Nothing to investigate. Let's see if we can go inside. Nope.
Have to come back later, I think.
Locked up tighter than Fort Knox. Son of a bitch. Okay, so we can't go to the Rosenbaum house. Where shall we go next? I think there was an option to go up towards the Edenton Village Hall, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see if we can go there. Towards the... Nope, that was the wrong way. Unfortunately, like, every time you go a different direction, it actually adjusts the view that you have. And so when I come up in this direction, pressing up gets me to the Edenton Village Hall, but if I go back to the junction this way, pressing up gets me towards the village center. So you kind of have to reorient yourself as you're going around the map. But anyway, something to investigate here.
Always nice to randomly find a key on the floor.
Huh? Random key on the floor. Is there more to investigate? Yes, there is. Improve your life. Join us here Friday at 8
Isn't that
p.m.
interesting?
Okay, so it's 5 p.m. right now. And we have to come back at 8 to the village hall. That's going to be important. All right, let's go back to the village center and let's head to the bar. Whenever you need information, you always go to the bar. Am I right? No one at the pub? Nope, I guess not. Okay, fine. Go down behind Brandon House. I wonder what we have over here. Nope. Down West Lane a little bit more. Huh. Well, I'll be damned. Okay, so now we've been everywhere. And we have talked to 1 or 2 people. But I'm not finding anyone else to talk to. So I wonder... We haven't... Alright, the only place that we found that is locked is Atlas. So we can go back up there and ask the... see if that key unlocks that lock, but I sincerely doubt it. In the meantime...
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Since they are the only people that I can ask anything about, we have to talk to them about the broken pendant, right?
Ever seen this?
Looks like, that's my old necklace. I gave this to Kate.
So Kate might have been wearing it last Friday.
Kate,
Well, perhaps, but I can't see why. She was always buying new things, you know, lots of jewelry, stuff like that.
So then she specially
It's meant
had
to be a
this
bird
thing.
and
It
cage,
wasn't just a regular.
But the cage's fallen off.
Uh-huh.
I'll show you.
You have
Where'd you
another
buy
one?
it?
I didn't. Some wanted present.
Secret admirer.
Not so secret.
Oh. So
see.
Emma has a stalker.
That's how it should have looked. It's called a freedom necklace.
Do you mind if I keep this?
No, not at all.
Freedom necklace.
So the necklace did belong to Kate. Interesting. I'm starting to wish I'd brought a spare evidence bag.
Uh-huh. Okay. Emma gave Jenks the card from her freedom necklace. So now we have the broken freedom necklace and the complete one. So we can compare and contrast. Huh. Sorry, catching up on the chat real quick. You guys enjoying this so far? Because I really am. Like, I absolutely adore this shit.
Be
Let's talk
back
to
later
Simon.
on, if that's okay.
Simon, what do you should ask about the freedom necklace rather than the pendant, okay? Fine.
You know
That's
what
about the
this
freedom
is?
necklace.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Emma had one like it.
Right, apparently she gave it to
Actually,
Kate.
you know what? Kate had one.
Exactly.
I remember because I asked her about it one night when we were all out drinking in college. I was probably pretty drunk.
That's what
So this
college
would have
is
been
all
like 3
about.
years ago, give or take. So she's had that for a while. That wasn't just a recent gift. Okay. Noted. Well, that wasn't quite as fruitful as I was hoping. But you know what? That'll be just fine.
Okay,
Leave
that's it for
Simon.
now.
Thank you
Thank you.
kindly. So, was there more that we could go to down here? I don't think so. Go down West Lane, Abbey Farm. You know what? Fuck it. Let's see what the chief has to say. I'm curious. I'm curious how this works, first of all. We're calling the chief.
Chief? Jenks.
Awesome. I was
Question
waiting
Simon
to read it
Thompson
because
and
I was
Emma
hoping
Bowman
that they
so
would do
far.
the
I
dialogue.
found a pendant by the lake, which turns out to have been Emma's. But Emma gave it to Kate. So, chances are Kate was wearing it the night she drowned.
What does Thompson know about it?
Simon
Right.
doesn't seem to know much.
I don't trust Thompson. Then again, I don't trust Emma that much either. Try and get a bit of background on them, you know, usual stuff. When did Emma meet Kate? How long have they known each other?
Aha. So we already have our first contradiction, it seems.
Give me a call
And
back
we
when
need to
you've
just
got
point
some
it
more.
out somewhere. So we need to go back to see Simon and Emma. And let's get back into our conversation zone. Start with
A
Emma.
few more questions, if you don't mind.
Actually, I lied. Let's start with Simon. Simon seemed
Thank
to
you.
have the
Probably
more
be back later.
crumbly alibi as to when he met her. Only known Kate for 3 months. Enter that to the box. And was it the pendant? Kate wore the necklace at college.
Aha.
So how long have
So
you
how
known
did
her?
you know Kate was wearing a freedom necklace 18 months ago? At college.
Aha! So we are gonna have to be a
Well,
little
I
bit
knew
more looking
Kate
than
in
we
college,
think.
But I didn't get to know her till we started at Atlas.
Right. So you didn't socialize with her at college? No.
Uh-huh.
And you didn't socialize with her outside of Atlas?
No.
You
didn't
lying
see
sack
her
of
outside
ass.
Atlas at all.
Jenks is just
No.
pressing
no.
just.
Not at all.
Are you All right. There's our first contradiction, and we have reached
So
6
Simon
p.m.
did know Kate at college, but why would he lie about that? Maybe he knows Kate better than he's willing to admit. 6 o'clock. I wonder if Rebecca's working in the pub tonight.
Oh, this is getting interesting. Okay. So I guess our first intonation was to go to the pub, which is now open at 6 p.m. because what pub in their right mind opens at 5 p.m.? No, 6 p.m. is definitely when pubs open up. Since we're here, ring the bell.
Sorry, what can I get you?
Detective Inspector Jenks. Rebecca, is it?
Yeah.
You can get me some information.
There's been
love.
an incident
I've already
in
got
the
a
village.
drink.
I'm conducting an investigation. Could I ask you a few questions, please?
Right.
I know you're rather busy at the moment. Don't worry.
Come through.
We won't take long.
What's it about?
There's been
Well-
an unexplained death locally. Not sure if you've heard.
I'm
The
sure
student?
everyone
Yes.
heard.
Yes, it was dreadful news.
You're married to Ryan, one of the Atlas leaders, yes?
I suppose I am, yes.
Well, I just wanted to ask a
That
few
gave
questions
you a very
about
odd
Kate and
smirk.
Atlas, if that's okay.
I don't know if I'll be able to answer any of them, but sure.
I don't like the way you said won't be able to. So let's see. I guess we'll start at the beginning, as any good
Did you know
detective
Kate?
should.
Not very well. She came in a few times, but she was quite a moody person. You could tell she had problems.
But you didn't know her
When
very
was
well.
the last time you saw her?
Everyone around here seems to not know her very
Friday.
well.
She popped in for a minute.
And when was that?
7-ish.
Okay.
Was she on her own?
I didn't see who she was with. She put £20 on the
Almost
bar
a
and
week
then
ago
left.
to the hour.
What was
Next
that
hour,
for?
as a matter of fact.
A breakage, presumably.
£20? Just for a beer glass?
Well, she was very drunk. She just put it on the bar and then walked out.
Was there a broken glass?
Not that I noticed. But she was a strange girl.
So right before the meeting on Friday, she went into the pub, gave a £20 note for a piece of, like some glass that she broke that she didn't find as actually being broke, and Kate was, in fact, very drunk already. Okay, what about the license?
Have you seen this before?
Of course she would have, because...
No, sorry.
So you didn't know if Kate had lost it?
No idea.
Wait. But how would you have never seen the license before if you're a bartender? And she's been in your bar a bunch of times, you know. But then that leaves me even more inclination to ask her about the piece of tape, because a bartender would absolutely keep your license if, you know, you were acting out in a bar. Interesting. It's unlikely she would know about the bicycle. Screwdriver's not worth it. Homebrew. Ooh.
Know
What do you know
anything
about the
about
Simon?
Simon Thompson's homebrew?
Does he make homebrew?
Apparently so.
No, we do buy from a microbrewery, but we don't usually buy from kitchen breweries.
Okay, so supposedly you don't know anything about it. Fine. Buys from a microbrewery. It isn't worth asking her about the key. What about the
Do you
pendant?
recognise this?
I've seen students wearing them. It has some sort of meaning, doesn't it? I forget what it is now.
Seen anyone wearing one recently?
Not that I can remember.
Are you sure? Thinks the necklace has some sort of meaning, but hasn't seen anyone wearing it recently. And we don't really have any evidence to point to the contrary. Okay. So I don't
Thank
think we
you.
really
I'll
have
be
anything to
back
point out a
later.
contradiction here yet. That's a good point, Jenny. That's a very, very good point. Let's see if one of the other areas may be a little bit more fruitful. Nothing to investigate here. Fine. But there is a restaurant, so I may come back here if we get a little peckish later. Investigate down behind the pub. That's a new option. What do we have here? Oh, Jenks is ducking into a secure location. Let's see what we find.
A broken window. Recently smashed by the look of it. Might have to ask about that.
You don't say. I think I have... I think... Aha! A, let's try to use the key on the lock. And then B, we're going to go... Oh... We're gonna go back inside and ask her more about the breakage, because I have a feeling it's that fucking window. Okay, so let's investigate this room. There's a lot to take in this room. This looks like an old storage facility for... Atlas stuff. What is Atlas stuff? Oh, my word.
I wonder whose mask this is. Rebecca's or Ryan's?
Things just took a turn for the occult. Oh, shit. Now I'm excited. Investigate behind the shelves. What's back over here?
Looks like
Bunch of ladders.
but it's too dark to tell.
Too dark. All right, we'll come back with a source of light. Oh, shit. Okay, so we have two new things to talk about here. Broken window and the strange cardboard mask. Cardboard mask? What a strange material for a mask to be made out of. Interesting. No replies about this. No replies about this yet. Ah, we can actually see all of the replies about it. That's cool. All right, let's leave the courtyard. We'll come back here later. Should we go back into the pub? Yeah. Let's go ahead and ask about the glass breakage now. I might hold the mask in my back pocket for, well, I guess we really can't. We need to ask about everything so that way it advances time, right? The goal here is, in fact, to investigate every possibility, not, like, accuse people along the way. So, yeah, let's ask her about this broken window.
How did the window get broken? Out round the back?
Yeah, I just happened to see it covered up with black plastic.
Someone said two girls were arguing outside. I found out after they'd gone.
Aha!
Last Friday, just after we opened, about 6:30. I take
Bam!
care of it until I can get it
That's
fixed.
it.
We don't want people getting cut and suing us.
Two people arguing. It
sort of thing
must have been
happening a lot?
Kate and somebody.
Arguments?
No, not really. I'm quite strict when it comes to borrowing clients I don't think are suitable.
You have a very suspicious face. I don't really care for that too much. Let's see. So, can I ask about the breakage? And then, will that work? No, I guess not. But then what about that statement and the breakage? Yes!
Huh. So, you said
The
Kate
green
gave
machine,
you £20
baby.
for a breakage, but you
We
didn't
didn't
have a
have-
breakage.
That's right.
Do
Except-
you think the payment could have been for the broken window? Could it have
Exactly.
been Kate who was
Oh,
arguing?
yeah, baby.
Well, I suppose it could have been. Yeah.
You mean you
Could have been
suppose
Kate,
it
you're
was?
probably right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't
Huh,
know
you
who
don't
she was
think so.
arguing with.
No. I'm
That
not
thought had never occurred to
I'll
you.
ask around.
Okay, fair enough.
Not realizing Kate had broken the window. Rebecca really should have worked that out before now. Unless she did. But why would she lie about that?
Okay. I guess we will ask her about
Do
the
you
mask. We
know
kind of have
what
to.
this is?
Oh, you'll have to ask Ryan about that.
Oh,
So
I'll bet I
this
will.
is Ryan's.
It's to do with one of Ryan's methods on the course.
Go
Huh.
on.
Well, masks allow you to play at being someone different for a while.
We are
Students
all
find it
familiar
quite
with the
liberating.
masks we wear.
So this would be for a student.
I think that one's Ryan's, but students do wear them, yes.
Right. Max, you on the Atlas course. Masks allow students to role play. Okay, interesting.
That's all for the moment.
Interesting.
Thank you.
It's true, but why would people lie? Like, seriously, I'm eventually gonna find out the truth anyway. I'm Inspector motherfucking Jenks. So why would you lie? Alright. Any new places on the map pointed out? The Atlas compound's still over there. We still can't go over to the hall yet. Fine. Let's go over to Paul and Ryan Rand's house. Wait. You said tape by the window? Investigate behind the pub. Was there something else back here? I don't... Tape. I see a lot of tapes, but you need to be a little bit more specific. Because I'm not seeing anywhere else to investigate. It's the same cute tape on the window. Really? I wish I had seen that. Damn it! And I can't investigate it again to see. Huh. Interesting. So then that tape does belong in the bar. I'll have to see if that comes up again later. Thank you for letting me know that. But we can only go down behind Brandon House again. We still can't go in and talk to the Rands yet. A little bit further down West Lane. There's Abbey Farm. Go left down West Lane. Still nothing else here. Son of a bitch. I sincerely doubt there's anything in this game that actually is an oversight. It seems like they planned this game out fairly well. It takes a lot of effort to make a game like this. But I can go ask Emma if she was the girl in the argument.
Please. Thank you.
Because I actually have a bunch of clues that I haven't asked her about yet. So let's start with the argument.
Did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
No, I wasn't there.
Are you sure?
No, I went home last Thursday night, actually, to see my parents.
You almost said something else there.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know Rebecca quite well. We all went there quite a bit after college.
I see, DC. That the masks are worn by college students, and so are the freedom necklaces. Interesting. Yeah. I'll see if that's a connection that comes up eventually. Wait. I missed something real quick. Repeat the answer.
Did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
No, I wasn't there.
You weren't in the village?
No, I went home last Thursday night.
Yeah,
actually,
see, she was about to say
my
Friday
parents.
there.
But you do visit the pub.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know Rebecca quite well. We all went there quite a bit after college.
Rebecca being the barkeep. Okay. So let's ask you about the broken window.
About a broken window at the pub round the back.
The pub, a broken window at the back. Yeah, I saw it was broken.
When was that?
I was in the pub on Monday with a college friend.
This last Monday. Okay, so if you visited the pub on Monday night and saw the window then...
Ever seen this before?
Oh, just gonna whip the mask right out, huh?
Nope, I haven't, sorry.
Are you sure about that?
I think I remembered it.
Uh-huh. It is very creepy. But she wouldn't have. But Simon would have, being an Atlas. So now we get to ask him about that. But first, let's ask about the argument.
Anything about an argument at the pub last Friday?
No, I didn't go to the pub last Friday.
What did you do after the course?
Just went home. Came here. Just came straight back.
Are you sure about that? You see that shifty little eye? So we got to see where he went after that, because I don't think he went straight home.
Broken window at the pub?
No, I don't really go to the pub very often. I'm not exactly a pub person.
You don't really look like it too much. Besides, you, make your own beer, so why would you visit the pub? It's interesting that, that became a note.
Have a look at this. Know anything about that?
He's so confrontational with his
seen this
presentation.
But it looks a lot like an Atlas mask. We use them for some of the.
What do you mean it looks a lot like one? Oh, do they have different designs on them and such?
You have to say something boastful or arrogant. You do it first without the mask, and then you say it with a mask.
And the point is?
Well, it's easier when you have the mask on, isn't it? People are not as afraid to be free about themselves, you know?
Interesting.
What did you find out about Atlas?
Well, it was advertised. Actually, I think I've still got the...
You mean a piece of evidence I can ask people about? That would be great.
This is the advert that was at my college.
Of course.
To be honest, I've learned more in 3 months at Atlas than I did in 3 years at business school.
Can I keep that?
Yeah, go for it.
Please, thank you. Ding.
I suppose that might be useful as a conversational starter.
Excellent. Okay, so doesn't recognize this particular mask. Okay. Do we have any other things to ask him about? I don't believe so. Interesting. Oh, wrong button. A leave. That's
Thank you.
one.
Probably be back later.
Cool. Thank you kindly. I still need to try and figure out how to see the Rands. But, there was Emma saying she really knows the bartender lady. And we'll check that out in just a moment. Oh! Hello, random person smoking a hookah by the lake.
Who is it?
Don't worry.
I'm a police officer.
Detective Inspector Jenks. You don't...
It's alright, you can carry on if you want to. Just go in. I'm investigating a death in the village, Kate Vine.
Don't suppose
There
you
was a
would
death
want to
recently
talk?
in the- I knew her.
Uh-huh.
Well, could I ask you a few questions, please? A bit dark.
Yeah, it is.
Well, if you give me your name and address, I'll come later on. Where do you live? Farmhouse. And what's your name?
Nope, won't tell us that part. Alright then, I guess we'll head to the farmhouse sometime later on. Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's go investigate where the body was again, now that it's a different hour. Maybe there's something else here. Nope. But it is pretty. I must admit. Ah, shit, wrong direction. Back to the junction. Further into the woods. Into the clearing. Nothing here. Shit. How about Atlas? Enter the Atlas building? Oh, it's open. Oh, shit. Huh. So here we are inside of Atlas, and it looks more like a mental institution than any sort of business school. Let's find out if there's anybody in the atrium here. Hello?
Ryan was interviewed in the lounge, according to the report. That must be his office.
Well, let's try the lounge then. Ryan Rand? Looking for Ryan Rand? No? Okay, how about door on the right? Reading room's nice and open, we won't have to knock there. But there's, nothing in here! Okay. Really? So now you're allowing me access to this place, but I can't actually make anything happen. Damn. That is just disappointing. Can I use an item? Nope. How about this? Nope. Son of a bitch. Okay. So I guess the other piece of information we found leads us back to Rebecca's pub, but I'm curious as to whether we can now get into the Rand house. I doubt it. It seems like they're pretty intent on keeping us from talking to the Rands just yet. Interesting.
According to the map, Abbey Farm is across the road there.
All right, so that's where we're supposed to go. Abbey Farm to talk to the gentleman that we just met by the lake. I guess let's try the door. Hello? Hi.
Can I ask you a few more questions, please?
I found you.
I haven't got much time.
Exactly. I have apparently until midnight in order to do this thing.
Close the doors, shall I?
Yeah. I fucking love Inspector Jenks. He's great.
Where do you want to sit?
Oh, anywhere's fine. I didn't quite catch your name.
I just want to be polite.
Sit there.
Okay.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James. Was that so hard?
Why are you asking me about Kate Vine?
Routine. You know Simon, don't you? Thompson.
Yes.
Why? What did he say?
He says that he sells you
You
homebrew.
and Kate.
Actually,
Might have done.
I think.
Right. Good enough.
So I've got a few more questions, but
That's
first...
it for the time being. Thank you.
Oh, damn it! No, I didn't mean to do that. Son of a bitch! No! No! Oh, Inspector Jenks. Do the thing I want you to do, not the thing I tell you to do.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Okay. I meant to see if I could see Simon's replies about the homebrew to see who it was that he said he was selling to, because I'm pretty sure it was, in fact, James. But anyway, let's start at the beginning with him, because we actually have a lot more fucking evidence to go through now.
You saw Kate Vine.
Can't remember.
How did you know her?
Through Simon. His girlfriend was mates with her. Saw her around college a few times.
Did you socialise with her much?
Nah. She wasn't my type.
Yeah, she doesn't really seem your type. You seem like the type of person who wants a more, a less ambitious girl.
No idea.
Okay, so Simon did say he was selling to James. Good.
What
But
do you know
then
about
Simon's
bike?
bicycle. He
What
probably
bike?
used it to...
You
what?
haven't seen him on a bike.
I haven't seen him.
Really?
When was the last time you saw him?
About a month ago.
Which brought back from some dreadful memories, I do see. What about the, his... Okay, he wouldn't know about the bottles, but he would know about the homebrew that the bottles
ever tried Simon's homebrew?
were.
Thompson's tar? Yeah, I've tried it.
Did he sell it?
Well, not to me, not for money anyway. We used to trade stuff.
What
Yeah, I'll
did you trade?
bet you did.
I make a nice herbal tea as it happens. Him and his girlfriend were into it.
What was his BO?
Uh-huh.
Lethal.
Strong.
Knock your eyes out.
Interesting. Traded his herbal tea for Simon's homebrew, which was also very strong. What about the freedom necklace?
Ever seen one of these before? Freedom necklace.
Don't think so.
Doesn't recognize the card or the necklace, but what about the broken
Know
window out
anything
back?
about a broken window at the pub?
Don't go to the pub.
Why not?
You've never been to the pub.
Didn't say that. Been to the pub, but not for about 2 months, 3 months.
Is that right? So you haven't been to the pub for quite some time then. I imagine that
Ever
may come up
seen
later.
This before?
No, should I have?
No, it's okay.
Doesn't recognize the mask. What about an
Know
argument?
anything about an argument at the pub?
Again, I
last
doubt
Friday?
it, but it is so close to
No.
proximity. What? What was that
Ever
response?
seen one of these?
Seen them around college.
What do you know about it?
Not much. It's a business course. Ask Simon, he's on it.
Yeah, we
you
did.
wouldn't be interested in that sort of thing.
Of course not.
And you
have
haven't
your own
discussed it with
business
Simon?
Not
enterprises.
really. Business doesn't interest me.
You, sir, have something going on here that I want to find out more about. Has seen this poster at college. Knows Simon was on the Atlas course. Hasn't discussed the course with Simon. Is there anything here? Last saw Simon about a month ago. Hasn't been to the pub in 2 months. And knew Kate through Simon's girlfriend, Emma. Interesting. But then he's gotta have some kind of contradiction. Otherwise, why would the game have introduced him now? And because he hasn't really given us any new information or any new items yet, right? Can't remember the last time he saw Kate, but he knew her through Simon's girlfriend and didn't really socialize with her very much. And he last saw Simon about a month ago, but doesn't know anything about him having the bike. I don't think there was anything to investigate because, well, that's right, I can go up the stairs. There were stairs to go up. You're right, Jackie. Let's see if there's anything up here. A greenhouse, huh? Now, what, pray tell, would be in his greenhouse? Whatever he makes the herbal teas with, most likely. Interesting.
Picture frames.
Picture frames with black painted
glass. Very interesting.
And butterflies inside of some of them, if I saw. So I did, in fact, find an item. You nailed it, Jackie. Good job. Okay, let's go back down the stairs, see what else is down there.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Picture frames and the paint.
What's all this stuff in the workshop? Paint and stencils and things like that?
It's okay, I just happened to
Just a
notice them
little
on my way
sideline,
out.
man.
Don't mind me.
Oh, you do picture framing.
They're black mirrors. Scrying mirrors.
Well,
Uh-huh.
what's a scrying mirror?
Mirror for the
Show
dark
you one if you
arts. I would love that, actually. Show me a scrying mirror.
Scrying goes back centuries. The ancient Persians did it.
Right.
This country pagans still practice it. The fortune tellers pretend to do it. That's what the crystal ball's all about. It's all scrying. Mirror's just one way of doing it.
But what is scrying?
Depends who you are. People do it for different reasons.
So this
What
gentleman
sort of
is
reasons?
way more into the occult than you think.
Exploring your mind. Clearing your mind. Communicating with the dead.
Bam.
Is that what you use them for, James? Communicating with
So
the dead?
have you talked to Kate recently
And you
then?
make them for other people these days.
And there's a market for these, is there?
Lots of people want to talk to the dead. Even if they don't believe in it.
Do
Uh-huh.
you make a profit on them?
I don't do it for the money.
How very charitable
But I'll
of
bet
you.
the money
Can I
is
keep
nice.
Keep it.
this? Thank you.
Something is very,
Black
very
mirrors
off with this guy.
and hookah pipes. I wonder what else James is into.
Agreed. I want to know a lot more about James. Sells the mirrors but doesn't make a profit. Only makes the mirrors for others.
That's all for
Okay.
the moment. Thank you.
Fair enough then. Yeah, something is way, way off with this game. Huh. Is there anything further down West Lane? Nope. So, shall we go back to the pub then and ask about this scrying mirror? Or, actually, you know who would probably know a bit more about that would be Simon and Emma. They seem like the kinds of people who would be into that sort of shit. Let's talk to Simon first,
Ask
I
about a
think.
few more things, please.
Because I wish we could kind of cross-reference what other people have said. Tried selling it, but only sold to James. Okay, I guess the only thing to ask him about is the scrying mirror itself.
Yeah, that's one of James's.
Uh-huh.
He's into like new age stuff, mysticism, magic spells, that sort of thing. He's nuts.
But you're
though.
not.
I mean, he thinks the government are tracking him or something.
Why would he think that?
I don't know.
Because
You'd
they
have to ask
probably
him.
are. Interesting. James is into New Age mysticism and thinks the government is tracking him. But what was it? Let's see. Doesn't see James very often, but you know about his occult habits. Can I ask him anything about that? I'm curious. No.
Be back later on,
Fine.
if that's okay.
All right. What about you, Emma? Do you know anything about this scrying
Have
mirror
you
of
seen
James's?
one of these before?
Is that from James?
What do you know about James?
That is creepy.
Yeah? I mean, he does seem
He
very
was selling them
creepy.
last
Listen,
Friday at
you're
the
not
market.
wrong, dear.
There's a market every week type thing. And, I usually go there
Everything
for
in this
lunch.
town happens on
You
Friday.
buy
Like,
these.
what the fuck
No,
do
I
these people
wouldn't.
do during the rest of the
But
week?
Kate would.
Was she into this sort of thing?
No, I don't think so.
But she would still
She
buy the
bought
mirrors
one,
for...
And, I went
Jake.
round to her flat to try it out.
Did you
You're
now?
meant to see ghosts or spirits or something. It doesn't work.
Are you
How
sure?
do you use it?
You're just meant to stare into it. Shall I show you?
That would be great. Jesus Christ,
Okay,
like,
so-
why?
You just...
No, he said
you
he
just
didn't sell them for a
stare
profit.
like this.
There's a difference. He did
And,
sell them for money, and that was a note that... Are
Then
you...
see...
What are you seeing? Emma, what are you seeing? You are clearly seeing something right now.
Sorry.
Tell me.
Look, you're meant to see a ghost or something. Look, it doesn't work. Didn't work, so.
Right. I haven't actually asked her about this yet.
What do you know about Atlas?
I know that it's a business course.
Jackie is instantly freaked out.
How often did you go?
Just the once.
Okay,
decided
you went
it
to
wasn't for
one
you.
meeting.
Yeah, I'd been to something similar, so decided it wasn't for me.
Something similar like another cult? Oh, has been to a similar course before, but you haven't seen anything like the mask. Things are starting to get real spooky, and I fucking love it. Ask her about where she says she left last Thursday. Where would that have come up? Was that there? And then went home to see. Aha! Ha-ha! Excellent catch, Dan.
You went home to see your parents on Thursday night.
Excellent catch.
Yes.
But you said you saw James at the market on Friday.
No, I went to see my parents on Friday night.
That's how we finally get her to say she actually went home on Friday.
8 or
9.
And you didn't see Kate at all on Friday.
No.
Lion sack of ass.
You're not a very good liar, Emma.
Because then there was the argument out behind the freaking pub at 7
I
o'clock.
saw Kate.
Where?
At the pub, we were arguing.
Go on. What were you arguing about?
I'd lent her £50 because she was desperate, and we were just arguing. It didn't really bother me. She just didn't have it.
And Kate
Right.
broke the window.
Yes. She did things like that when she was
Kate
angry.
broke the
Trash
window.
things.
She didn't have the money for the £50, but she
So it
had
was
enough
Emma
money.
arguing with Kate. But why didn't she want to admit it? In case it gave her a motive? Or something else?
I think it's something way, way else. And there we go. Okay, good. Now I got updated. Went home to see. Okay, so we've already asked everything about that. Lent the money to Kate because Kate needed it, but didn't lend it to her then. She lent it to her before. Visited the pub on Monday night with a friend, but argued with her. Let's see about this. No. Although, I mean, we've already established that that was, in fact, a contradiction because that means she was at the pub before that. Interesting. Kate bought lots of new jewelry. But how if Kate needed money? Aha! See, I can do my own
So
contradictions.
you lent money to Kate
Objection!
because she was desperate, but
Some-
she
I
bought
had
loads
to.
of jewelry
I had
and
to.
things.
I had to.
So why were you lending her money?
Well, no, it's because
It wasn't about money, was it, Emma?
no.
Uh-huh.
Go
Why
on.
don't you tell me the whole
What's it really
truth
about?
this time, my dear?
We were arguing because she was going to blackmail Ryan, the guy from Atlas, over an affair he was having, and then tell his wife if he didn't give her the money.
I see.
Ryan's affair with Kate.
No, I don't know. I think he was having an affair with another student, and Kate found out.
Right,
know you
so we need to find
Because
this
I
third
didn't really
party.
agree with it. I didn't agree with what she was doing, even if he did have an affair.
Were you friends with Ryan?
No, I'd never met him.
You just
Are you
thought
sure
Kate
about
was
that?
Yeah.
Because now I'm thinking we've already met the person that
I'm not
Ryan's
sure
having an
about
affair
this.
with.
Emma's either on a moral crusade, or there's another reason she was worried about Kate blackmailing Ryan.
Uh-huh. If you've never met Ryan, you went to a seminar.
Ah.
You must have met him there.
You said you went to an Atlas meeting with Simon.
Yes.
That's interesting, because I happen to know that Ryan is the main lecturer at Atlas.
Ah,
You
you
saw
see
the
that open gaping mouth?
Why did you say you
Yeah.
don't know him?
I'll bet he saw it too.
Okay, I need to tell you something. I just need to make sure Simon doesn't.
Oh my
find out.
god! Oh my god!
Simon anything he doesn't have to hear.
And you can't tell Rebecca either.
Oh!
Go on.
Okay, so the affair that happened was between Ryan and I.
Bam!
I was having the affair, and Kate knew.
Of course she did, because she was your
Kate was
friend.
Blackmailing both of you.
No, probably just
care about
Ryan.
me.
Yeah, like why would she
It was
blackmail her
part
friend?
Of course, you see, having to take all these risks. She thought it was funny to turn her back on Ryan. She thought I wouldn't care.
But you did.
Yes, I was already with Simon when Ryan and I,
Fornicated.
and I didn't want Simon finding out, and Kate thought that he wouldn't, but I didn't want her risking it.
Right.
And then if
Because how would
Rebecca
he
found
not
out,
find out
then
about that?
Simon would definitely have found out, and then it would have blown up, and it would have just been a big mess.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you just argued and what?
Broke the pub window.
Well, she just stormed off and broke a window.
Uh-huh.
That was it. You didn't see her again that night.
No.
Are you sure?
We really need
Yes.
you to tell us the whole truth this time.
Promise.
7 p.m., baby. That's it.
7 o'clock. So, Ryan's a bit of Lothario, is he? I think it's time I met this Ryan Rand face to face.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is an excellent place for us to take a short little break here while I go refill my bev and let you guys have a small break. When we come back, we're gonna continue solving a fucking murder because I absolutely love this game. So enjoy the music of DSC account on Twitter for those who are going to be watching the live stream here, and for those on the VOD, stay tuned for the next episode. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. And so the journey of Inspector Jenks begins. Be sure to subscribe because on the next episode, we dive into creepy cults, dark magics, and even darker secrets. You won't want to miss it. So as always, we'll see you next time.